I'm still hearing it. All right, yeah, all right.
Oh, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a good thing we're doing breath work tonight. I think I need some. I need some breath work. I'm glad to see all you beautiful smiling faces, bringing your heart and your spirit and love. Welcome to Universal Spirit Center. This is our Awakening Wednesday, and we're blessed, as you know, to have a beautiful Toby and Dean in the house, spreading divine energy and light. My name is Gino. We have a new sound man with us tonight, Kevin, and our sound man, Al, in production. And so we're playing and doing some things to make things even yummier and yummier and yummier. So, with that being said, let us take a breath. And as we do on Awakening Wednesday, sending the divine love and light out into the universe. As we bless this day, this time, knowing that this work that we do right now is a vibration, a frequency of love, of healing, of light, of joy, and of higher consciousness, of a connection, of a livingness that is to be. And we are all a part of the beautiful blocks that are building it. So let's see, with that being said, okay, let's see what this will be. Let's give me a little volume on that. There's a place that I go where the sycamores grow and daffodils have their fun, where the cares of the day seem to slowly fade away in the glow of the evening sun. Peace is for everyone. If I go there late, let my mind meditate and breathe in the earth and sun. Let my conscience be my guide. Spirit is alive, and the work within is done. Peace is for when you search deep inside, your conscience is your guide, and you know that freedom is alive. You can find a new point of view. Let the loving flow through you, and the work of the day is done. Peace is for everyone. So as we allow that energy just to move through, we bring forth the divine, magnificent light and energy of Tobey and Dean.
I mean, I have to say, give it up for Gino. That was incredible. Thank you. That is how that divine light dispels stress. What a beautiful, shall we say, coping mechanism, right? Yeah. Because coping mechanisms aren't bad or good, right? They are a way that we use to dispel or deal with stress, anxiety, trauma, emotions, and what a beautiful one. So, and this practice tonight is another beautiful outlet that we can use to help us move through our lives. I'm going to invite everybody to sit up because we do just an initial talk at the beginning, and I'd love for you guys to be engaged. And for those of you at home, you're all probably tucked away in your beds in your nice air conditioning, and that's okay. So welcome, everyone. My name is Tobey Geis, and this is Dean Hartwell. And you have come to Awakening Wednesday Breathwork. And many of you have breathed with me before. We've got 3 new breathers in the room. And, but I know all of you. I know all of your faces. And so that is such a gift. And thank you at home for tuning in. And I'm sure I know some of you as well. So this is our favorite night of the month to come here in this beautiful space with Universal Spirit Center to share this practice that I call a portal to spirit. And as we all know, or we will know, that the divine lives within each one of us. So that is a portal inside of ourselves to find the God within, is how I perceive this beautiful practice. And who in this room has never done breathwork before? Cool. Have you done breathwork before? A little bit, and you've done a little, right? Okay, cool. Excellent. So this practice is a little different. And there's a lot of different breath practices out there. Many are harder and more forceful. Most people are familiar with Wim Hof, right? And Wim Hof is, I think of him as like a masculine, achieving go-getter, right? Like, and his breath is usually paired with like ice baths. And that is a beautiful way to get some motivation into your body. It's a way to heal the body in a different way. This is a much gentler way to heal the body as well. And neither is right or wrong or good or bad. It's just a different way, a different style. This breath is very soft and feminine, and I like to say it's like the waves of the ocean moving through. And there's no need to push or to force. And a lot of us probably go through moments in our lives or in our days or in our work or in our families or in our relationships where we feel like we have to push and force and use control versus the true divine power, which is our ownership, our presence, our equality. So Dean and I are in a coaching certification program that is all about power versus control. And control is when we are in a place of fear or scarcity and we feel like we need to control or know what's happening with every piece of our lives, or we want to control other people, we want to control the traffic, we want to control our circumstances, we want to control our boss, we want to control our money, we want to control all these things in our lives, right? And it comes from a place of fear. So we've both been in this practice of like, when are we in control and when are we in true power, which is that presence, ownership, choice, and equality. And it's a much calmer place, just here I am, present, right here, right now, and in this generous present moment, everything is perfect. And that's what this beautiful practice can remind us of and allow to happen for us, is bring us back to this present moment right now, which is the true power. True power. And the true power is the divine. So when we connect in that present moment, that's where we locate God within us. So I invite you into the present moment in this practice. So I'd like for you to think about something in your lives that you are ready to just let go of? What's something that's persistent in your life that is pulling you away from presence? So take a moment and think about that. What is pulling you away from that generous present moment? Maybe it's a lot of to-dos on your list, or just a racing or a scattered mind. Maybe it's some fears that you have going on, a big worry, a challenge in your life. But when we come back to the present moment, everything's okay. Everything I'm saying to you, by the way, are things that I've been working on, specifically in the past week. Because I notice that something will happen, and then in that moment, my mind will race forward. Well, if this is happening, then down the road, this is what it's going to look like, and this is what it means. And, then when I'm like old and gray, this is what this means, right? And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. One little thing happened, and I just projected it forward, the worst case scenario, to 50 years from now. Like, how did that just happen? But I think that's how a lot of our minds work. And then, like, we have anxiety about a future-based fear, which we're creating that. That's all in our heads, right? So if we can just come back to the present moment. Okay, so that's what I invite everybody into tonight. So in this breath practice, we are going to breathe all open mouth, and we're going to breathe into our belly, into our chest, and out through our mouth. And we do that because when we breathe through the nose, it stimulates the hemispheres of our brain, right? So it keeps our thinking mind, our conscious mind, alive and awake. And in this practice, we want to drop out of the conscious mind. We're in there all day long. We want to allow the subconscious mind to come forward, right? We want to drop ourselves into the theta brainwaves, which are the most powerful brainwaves to allow change and transformation to happen in our lives. And this practice will drop you into that space very quickly. So let's first practice the breath pattern. So if everybody wants to do this with me, so go ahead and open mouth, breathing into your belly, into your chest, and out through the mouth. Nice and slow. It's that simple. That's it. So we're going to do that for 7 minutes. And then I'm going to ask you to fill your lungs with air and take a big inhale and hold. And then you're going to hold for as long as you can without struggle. So I will call a release at a minute. And if you can hold longer, go for it. If you need to release sooner, go for it. No struggle. But what this is in Sanskrit, this is called a kumbhaka. And the kumbhaka is a retention. And it drops you in deeper each time we do it. So you'll notice there's a deep relaxation that will come when you do that exhale. Okay? So we'll do 7 minutes, and we'll do a big hold, and then you'll relax, you'll exhale, and for another minute, you'll just breathe normally. Let yourself reset, and then we'll go back into it. So we'll do 3 rounds, 7 minutes, hold, release. And then after the 3 rounds, I will invite you into Shavasana, which is a Sanskrit word in yoga. It's corpse pose. And this is where you're just going to let go, relax. You can breathe normally. You can breathe through your nose if you want at this point, but float away. And I love this part because sometimes we're so focused on doing the breath, and if we're new to it, we're so worried about doing it right. Like when we do new things for the first time, we're always like, oh God, am I doing this right? Just, you're doing it right. You're breathing. It's all good. We breathe all day, every day. You cannot do this wrong. And I will remind you how the breath goes. So a couple things can happen as we are filling ourselves with this oxygen, with this life force energy. Breathwork is pranayama. Prana is universal life force energy. Ayama means to expand or to extend. So this practice is the expansion of life force energy in our system. And so we are filling our body, and it's running along all the meridians or the nadis throughout our body. And as it does so, we may feel like electricity moving through our body, like kind of waking us up. You might feel tingles. I'm feeling them right now at my legs as I'm talking about it. Tingles on your head and your legs and your arms. You might feel frozen in some parts of your body. This lobster claw thing is a normal thing, and it happens to a lot of people, especially the first few times you do this breath. It's called tetany. And what happens is when we're flooding our system with all this oxygen, this life force energy, sometimes if there's blocks in our lives, it expresses in our hands or in our mouth. This one's less common, but it used to happen to me at the beginning because I'm a bit of a control freak. And so if you're trying to control the circumstances in your life, remember that control versus power, it can show up like this. This is one of the metaphysical responses to trying to control things in our lives, because our hands are an extension of our heart. And so when our heart is blocked because we're in fear and we're trying to control all the pieces, our body shows us what's going on. Our body always shows us what's going on. It's a magical machine. So if your hands freeze or your mouth freezes, it's totally normal. If it hurts, just breathe through your nose and it will release. Don't worry. If it doesn't hurt, just let it go and let it be there. And when you drop into Shavasana, it'll go away. It's a normal part of the practice. Some other things that may happen as you're releasing this energy, you're moving through your system. We can release emotions that are trapped in our physical bodies, in our minds, in our nervous system. So you may feel tears come up. You may feel the need to scream. I encourage you, if you feel the need to scream, you can put a pillow or a blanket over your mouth, because we are in a group setting. But if the tears come up, please just allow that to flow. We stuff our emotions all of our lives, all day long. A lot of us do. This is an opportunity to let go and to release. So please allow that to flow in this space. The music will be loud, nobody's gonna hear you, and nobody cares because we're all in the same space. We're in this together, okay? So you also may shake. Shaking is a normal response. Again, we're releasing energy, we're releasing emotions. You may get hot, it's pretty warm in here. You may get cold, even though it is warm in here. So if you have your blankets, I didn't bring any tonight because it was 95 at my house. So I was like, we don't need blankets. But if you may get cold, and just know it's fine. You'll warm back up when we drop into Shavasana. And my favorite thing that happens is samadhi. And samadhi is a Sanskrit word that means bliss. And this is when we drop out of our monkey mind and we drop into a state of nothingness. And meditators, monks, and yogis will meditate for decades trying to get to this space where they no longer hear the monkey mind chatter, where it's just quiet. And it can happen in this practice the first time and every time. And sometimes we're still in our monkey minds and we can hear us planning our grocery list or planning our days and our weeks. That's fine. It's all perfect. No matter what you experience is absolutely perfect. And even if you're in your thinking mind and you feel frustrated, just let it go. The frustration comes from the resistance. So just tell yourself everything is perfect and I'm just going to focus on the breath. And your body is still getting massive benefits being flooded with all this oxygen. Okay? So you may have any questions? Any questions at home? Okay. So during the practice, we do energy work. We use essential oils. And if you're okay with it, if you're open to it, we will lay our hands on you to place essential oils and to do energy work. So is there anybody who does not want to be touched? Raise your hand. Everybody's good? Okay. Everybody's good with essential oils on your skin? Anybody not? Okay, cool. So Dean is a very intuitive master energy worker. So he will come by. You may feel him in your energy field. So we ask for your permission to come into your energy field to help move that energy throughout your system. Again, if you don't want it, just raise your hand. We can see you. Nobody else can. Okay. Cool. And if you need anything during this practice, you feel like you've got some stuck energy, there's some pain coming up, you need to get up and go to the bathroom, raise your hand. Because if you try to get up, and you might get dizzy, and we'd rather walk you to the bathroom, okay? Just raise your hand if you need anything. Cool? All right. Let's lay down. And if anybody needs something under your knees to support your back and doesn't have it, raise your hand. If anybody needs something to cover your eyes, raise your hand, and we'll get that for you. We invite you to cover your eyes because sometimes your eyes may pop open and it'll pull you out of the meditation. So we just want to drop you in deeply. So as we're getting settled here, go ahead and think about that thing that you want to release that's pulling you away from presence in your life. Maybe a thought, an emotion, a situation, something that you just want to let go of and come into the present moment. And as we're getting settled, just bring that intention into the forefront of your mind. And so let's start by taking a breath in through the nose, breathing all the way to the bottom of the belly. Open mouth, release, give it a voice. Good, let's do that again. In through the nose. Open mouth. Good. Again, 2 more just like that. In through the nose. Letting your body relax. 1 more. Good. Everybody say, I am safe. Good. I am free. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and start the breath practice. Open mouth, breathing into the belly, into the chest, and out through the mouth. Good, keep going. Find your own rhythm, your own pace. Just be gentle, very loving to yourself. Releasing your intention, know that it's locked into your mind. Just focusing on the breath. On your next breath in, filling your lungs all the way, and hold at the top. And release. Breathe normally, relax. And come back to the breath. Open mouth into the belly, into the chest, and release. On your next inhale, fill up all the way and hold. At the top, one more sip of air. Hold. release. And back to the breath.
Oh, it's back on. It disappeared. It's good now, but it did go off.
And on your next inhale, fill up all the way. Biggest inhale you've taken all week. And hold. And release. Relax into Shavasana. Let go. Let go. Surrender.
Do what you have to do. Say what you have to say. Feel your heart and trust your soul. They know the way. Follow what feels good, those subtle little clues. Listen to your belly that is always speaking to you. There's a waterfall of wisdom at your fingertips. If you would only reach a little further in. Everything you're looking for, the pieces of your puzzle, all the love you seek, it is right there at your feet. She's calling for your light, the goddess on the rise. Strip away all your protection and open your eyes. Heaven is on earth in every breath you breathe, anchoring a new vibration, a new way to be. There's a waterfall of wisdom at your fingertips. If you would only reach a little further in. Everything you're looking for, the pieces of your puzzle, all the love you seek, it is right there at your feet. And it's up to you to decide. Will you stand by the sidelines or join the ride? Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Only you can make the decision.
Another breath in, putting a hand on the floor, grounding into the earth. Maybe give your body a stretch. Slowly, slowly, gently. When you're ready, you can come to a seat. Take a drink of water. Beautiful practice, everyone. Nice job. So Dean and I will be here for a little while. Is it echoing? Is it better if I stand back? No, it's still echoing. Okay, because the people at home need to hear. So Dean and I will be around for a little while if you want to ask a question, share about your experience, or you can just keep it in your heart and take it with you. That's really making me crazy. So I'll just speak here, and maybe they can still hear me at home. So pay attention to your dreams, because this practice will continue to unfold for the next 24, 48, sometimes 72 hours. You may continue to release. Some people feel great when they leave here. They wake up the next morning and all this emotion comes forth. Right, so it continues to work its magic in your system. Some of you who have been coming regularly know how that works for you and how it continues to unfold. So just pay attention and notice. So we're here the last Wednesday of every month. I also do this practice on Zoom every other Tuesday. And my colleague does it every other Wednesday, so that we make sure that between the two of us, we always have an offering, and it's donation-based. Oh, and tonight is donation-based, so all proceeds go to Universal Spirit Center. So there's a basket in the back for your tithe, and at the end, Gino will put up a QR code on the screen as well if you'd like to donate to the center. Also, I love this practice so much. I do one-on-ones. I'm a coach. And Dean and I hold ceremonies as well. So if you're interested in any of those other offerings, please let us know, or just come up to us and let us know how your experience was. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming for yourselves. I know it takes a lot to pull ourselves away from the rigor of our daily lives and our work and all of our to-dos. And I bet you're glad now, because all of you look different. All of your faces look different. All of your energy looks different. So thank yourselves for making the investment in you. Gino, did you have any parting words this evening? No? Okay. Thank you, Gino, for putting this together and for having me every month, having us. Thank you to Universal Spirit Center. Thank you all. Blessings. Aho.